Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today we'll be reviewing the first Japanese battleship, that being Kawachi, but first let's just take a look at the line itself. So there are a few ships in this tech tree line. They're actually all extremely powerful ships, except this first one. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So you have Kawachi, and then you have Kongo, and then it goes to Fuzo, Nagato. You have the option to research Amagi, and then you have Yamato, and then you have a Super Yamato. Now, every single one of these ships can be really, really fun, and actually, the Japanese battleship line might be my second favorite besides the French. But the German ones are fun too. I don't know. I'm just a battleship person. So I like all battleships. So yes, you have 12-inch guns on Kawachi, 14-inch guns on Kongo and Fuzo, 16-inch guns on Nagato and Amagi, 18-inch guns on Yamato, and 20-inch guns on Super Yamato. So yes, you most of the time have the ability to have quite a few guns, and they are either equal to or the highest caliber at that specific tier. So very, very good gunpowder. The main struggles of the Japanese battleship line are armor, speed, and anti-aircraft defense. They have the health pool and they have the armaments, but they don't have a well balanced layout per se. So very easy to citadel on the broadsides, and concentrated air attacks will always get through, even if they're not concentrated air attacks. If you have like one squadron of torpedo bombers, depending on what tier it is, most of the time some planes will get through, even if you're the only one shooting at them. So they do struggle in AA, and like I said, if you do get the broadside, you can easily punish them with citadels. So let's first take a look at Kawachi. Now, Kawachi is, well, I'm going to be pretty blunt. Most likely the worst battleship in the entire game. I would literally take Danton over her at some times. So let's see what we have. Fun note, Kawachi is the only Japanese dreadnought that was historically ever built with 12-inch guns. The next one they built, Kongo and Fuzo, all had 14-inch. So she's the only one to have 12-inch guns. Alright, so let's see what we have. We have 38,700 health, 12% torpedo resistance, up to 12 inches of armor. Let's see where that is. Citadel, turrets, and it looks like the bridge itself have the most armor. However, do not let that deceive you. You can be still easily citadeled. But you don't really even need to be citadeled, because even if you go against secondaries on dreadnoughts and Nassau's, they will still tear you apart, surprisingly. You are a very, very, very squishy ship, and you have to stay at range as best as you can. But that gives us into the next problem, the guns. As I told you a moment ago, they are 12-inch guns. You have them arranged in kind of echelon, or a figure eight. So you have one in the bow, one in the stern, and then two turrets on either side. So you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 12-inch guns total, but you can only use 8 at a time at a target. Not a very efficient layout, but hey, it's what we have. So these guns, the shell velocity is okay. The main thing about these shells is they're very high explosive damage. 7,150, that's almost the same as the armor piercing damage. So you might as well use high explosive the entire time, honestly. And which I will probably do. Her main battery range is only 9.7 kilometers. Yeah, you can't even crack 10 kilometers with this ship. And so your armor says stay at range, however, your guns say get close because if not, you can't hit anything. And then we didn't even look at accuracy, which is absolutely abysmal. You'll be lucky to hit ships at 5 kilometers with more than 1 or 2 shells. And then we have speed of 20 knots, so she's not getting anywhere fast either. Where we have dreadnoughts at 21 knots. Nassau's pretty. What is it? Nassau? I think she's 21 knots as well. Let's take a look. No, okay, Nassau's 20 knots, but Nassau is a much better ship. And then we have. Oh, that's not the right ship. Yeah, 20.5, so she's not exactly fast either. Yeah, she is a matchmaking tier 2.2, however, compared to the other ones I just mentioned, which are technically matchmaking 3. So the ships that she should normally going up against are Mikasa's and Danton's, but she's usually tossed into tier 3 games when I am playing her myself. So, yeah, she's not the best. AA, if I can look at it. Yeah, you have a whopping 4 DPS. I mean, you don't really go up against carriers that much, anyways. And then she does have quite a few secondaries on the side. I have no idea what caliber they are. Nor does it really matter because they're actually not that good. I mean, honestly, if there's a ship like a destroyer close, I would say the secondaries are going to be more helpful than your main guns because you're still going to struggle to hit the target at point blank range. And that's not even an exaggeration, that is just pure facts. So your secondaries are there. They do go out to what, 4.4 kilometers? So not very far either. But you still have them. Yeah, the ship is not my favorite. Also, she is tall as heck with her tripod masts. So I'm assuming that means that her concealment is terrible. It's actually not bad. But battleships and concealment are not really the best thing to focus on. So let's see what we have. We have a repair. We have a heal. I have disaster retardant. And I'd like to keep what little secondaries I have because those are significant chances of dealing damage, honestly. Your main guns are just so bad. Your armor is even worse. And you just kind of suffer. Like, most of the time at these tiers, you have just entire battle lines where it's just battleship, 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 straight in a line. And they don't even have to shoot at you. Their secondaries just have to shoot at you, and they will still sink you. It's really kind of sad, honestly. And I just really don't play this ship at all. Alright, so enough rambling, enough complaining. Let's toss her into the game and see how bad we can do today. Alright, so here we have a game. The matchmaking was kind to us this time, so we are in a matchmaking tier 2 game. We have a Kawachi, Mikasa, Chester, Katori, Samson, and Nanovic. So yes, I would definitely say that Mikasa is the stronger out of all of these ships here, believe it or not. And the cruisers and destroyers are going to be too small of targets to hit with any kind of good accuracy. I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied, not that it'll do me much, it'll just give the team more damage, and I'm still going to be slow no matter what speed buffs I have. So as you can clearly see, with a max range of 9.7, I can't even be able to hit anything yet. If I was in a Wyoming or in a Nassau, well, at least a Wyoming, I would be able to land some shots. You just have to get so close. Alright, so let's mosey our way over here. Alright, so we do have a destroyer in range, and I will take a shot at it. However, I don't expect any big hits. Yep, there we go. Entire miss. Alright, so the Novic's in range now. An even faster ship. So good luck to me for hitting this. Let's say there. You can see how just bad the dispersion is. Yep, missed entirely. And that aim was actually spot on too. That's the sad part. Alright, Katori. A slightly bigger target, a very slow target. Though she is maneuvering. Let's see if we can hit her. Oop. Let's see. Hey, we hit her once. At 8 kilometers. We hit her once with 8 shells. I guess I do have to give it to her. When her high explosive shells do land, they do quite a bit of damage. So that is the one plus, I guess you could say, if there is really one. Alright, so let's shoot at this Kawachi. With high explosive, mind you. 8,000 damage, 2 fires. So she's really good at burning down battleships if she's not being shot at herself. However, that is the only thing that she is good for. Alright, so this Katori is out of the smoke. Let's send another volley her way. I'm actually going to switch over to armor piercing to see what I can do against these broadsiding battleships. Wow, 5.5 kilometers and only one hit. Yeah, you can see why I'm not a biggest fan of this ship. Alright, so now we have a broadsiding Kawachi, we have armor piercing loaded. Let's see what we can do. We're at 5 kilometers and we only hit 6 times. So 2 shells still missed. Alright, so our secondaries are starting to go off. Not that I expect them to do much. Let's actually have them shoot the Gatori instead. Immediate fire. Yeah, this ship, I forgot because I don't play her that often. She is set on fire so easily, it's not even funny. Alright, so let's see what we can do against these Mikasas, actually. I doubt I'll be able to get any citadels, but I might be able to get a good chunk of armor piercing damage. So we're at 5 kilometers. Oh, we did get a citadel. 4 shells actually did damage, 2 ricocheted and 2 missed at 5 kilometers. Yeah, the accuracy on this ship is so bad. It's not even funny. So there's the second valley. Ooh, another citadel. Still only 6 shells hit. I wonder where I'm hitting that I'm actually citadeling this Mikasa, because you don't normally citadel these. And you just wait for your gun reload, which takes forever and a day. There we go, that's more like Kawachi. 4 overpens, 2 pens, 5,000 damage. Yeah, so these are the only last 2 ships. So we're just going to sit here out of secondary range. Actually, no, let's get into secondary range. I want to see what we can do. Three pens, 2 overpens, 5,400 damage. Alright, so a secondary range. We didn't even sink the ship. Oh, come on. Hey, we got a fire. Yeah, 5 fires. Oh, well, we were also shooting high explosives, so. Alright. Yeah, you can see even with high explosive, we're not getting that much damage. After this next salvo, I will be switching back to high explosive. Ooh, Novik just took a major hit. Secondaries are probably going to finish her off. Let's see if we can get a Citadel. Nope. So yeah, you can see how one may not enjoy Kawachi by any means. So now I have high explosive loaded. Let's just aim for what little superstructure there is. That was actually pretty decent damage. And we got another fire. Hopefully we will be able to get the last damage. Nope. Oh well. So let's see how bad we did. 137,000 damage. Considering how ineffective we were that game, it's not bad. 72 shell hits, 3 citadels, 6 fires, 57 secondary hits, 2600 base XP, 19,000 damage in high explosive, 86,000 in armor piercing. Fires did 22,000 damage, secondaries did 8,000 damage. So you can see how your secondaries actually do a pretty substantial amount of damage. And then you have to count on fires to do the rest, because a lot of that armor piercing damage was from citadels, which you don't normally get. So all in all, the ship is absolute trash. However, you don't really have a choice because you do have to grind her in order to get to the next one. This one's the first ship right after Hashidate. So you go from a little gunboat to a dreadnought with 12-inch guns. It's a little bit of a leap, honestly, but it's not bad. Final verdict, Kawachi is trash. Move on to Kongo as soon as you can, because this ship is loads and loads of fun and a lot better. And she starts the actual good portion of the Japanese tech tree. If you just subtract Kawachi, they're all good, but with Kawachi, she sticks out like a sore thumb. But yeah, so that was Kawachi. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow while we do start the fun portion of the Japanese battleship line with Kongo. Again, thank you for watching and take care.